The decision to transform ECOMIG into a police mission was first made last year when ECOWAS leaders met in Niamey, Niger. On Saturday, ECOWAS heads of state and government held their 58th ordinary session, where they decided to extend the mandate of ECOMIG for a period of 12 months from January 1st, 2021, and transform it into a police mission after December 2021 election. Mamadou Sabali describes this decision as a deplorable act.
Well, the extension of the ECOMIG mission is completely deplorable, totally unacceptable, and it's very unfortunate because ECOMIG had actually overstayed, they've outstayed their mandate. I only see this as a ploy by the Barrow administration aimed at self-perpetuation into power, because they've shown us signs that they are not willing to play by the rules. But I think this is completely unacceptable, and I think our National Assembly should actually reject this and push a motion and a resolution to reject the extension of the ECOMIG mandate. Their mandate was to bring in Barrow to make sure that he is sworn in and to establish the new government. That happened 4 years ago. 4 years to date, Barrow still reneged on his promise of security sector reform. Is President Barrow telling us that let's assume he doesn't trust our security forces, which seems to be the message he's sending. Within 4 years, can't he recruit Gambians that can take care of the security of this country? We are an independent, sovereign nation with a youthful population. We have enough patriotic Gambians, enough educated Gambians to man the security of this country. For Barrow and his cabal to seek an extension of the economic mandate in the name of a police force is an insult to all all Gambians in uniform. It's an indictment on Barrow. It's shameful. It ought to be totally rejected by every Gambian. We, the Gambians, have full confidence in our security forces. They can take care of our security needs, and we respect and honor them. Our president should not dishonor our security forces.
Former Councillor KMC has this to say about the development.
The Gambia government should start sending economic parking, and allow the Gambia security to take charge of the affairs of this country. And the presence of ECOMIG, is provoking. You talk to certain people, they'll tell you that ECOMIG is provocative, because you see them patrolling in our streets with guns and everywhere. If you see some of these crimes are happening now, for me, I believe it's because people are no more afraid of anything. You used to see a gun every day, so you don't care. Before you see a gun, if you see a gun, you run. But today, people have been seeing RPGs, launchers everywhere, have been carried by these economic soldiers patrolling our streets, going to, the most remote, places in our villages, so nobody is terrified now. Everybody, doesn't care whatever kind of weapon you have. That's why you see people now doing a lot of things that are, definitely is not helping this country to go forward. So for me, I want Gambia government to send economic parking.
Mamadou Lamin said ECOWAS wants to use the Gambia to rebrand itself, considering its failures in all its missions.
ECOWAS want to use the Gambia, to showcase or to rebrand ECOWAS, simply because they have failed in all the missions that they have gone. They have failed in all the missions that they have conducted in the sub-region. So they wanted to use the Gambia, to say yes, we have success. And there's no war in this country. Everybody is doing his own business peacefully. There's no fight, there's no conflict. So why do we have economic here? I'm asking my friend, President Barrow, and his government to send economic parking and leave the Gambians to steer the affairs of their nation. The security reform. ECOMIG has an impact in the reform, because their presence here has derailed the process. It has derailed the process of the security reform. So definitely we want ECOMIG to leave and leave us our country. We manage our country. Because for me, I'm not seeing ECOWAS, trying to extend the mandate or stay in this country. It is Senegal that is staying. It is Senegal, because whether some of us know or not, there is a security agreement between the Gambia government, the Barrow government, and Macky Sall government. And that is not part of ECOMIG. And if the reason why they want ECOMIG to continue staying is because those people, if they pack out of this country, that security agreement, will come to the notice of the Gambian people. And they want to use ECOMIG as a cover-up. So we want them to send them, all of them, packing. Both the security agreement between Gambia and Senegal, that's why you have at our State House, you have the gendarmerie, you have the police, you have the intelligence services of Senegal, you name them. They are different from the economic. So definitely we are asking Barrow government, please, for God and heaven's sake, send all the security apparatus in this country packing and leave the Gambian security to steer the affairs of this country. We know we have the capacity, we know we have the competency, we have people that have the know-how. If Gambians can go to international and lecture security international, where you have Americans, you name them, and a Gambian military officer in uniform stood in the platform, stood in front and give lectures, train soldiers, definitely then we have capacity. So I don't see any reason why we should have an external force in this country.
According to Sabali, the decision of transforming the economic mission from military to police is not a genuine one.
It's just a cover-up because I guess they have to come up with a change of name because we don't have any military risk here in terms of external aggression. Our military has by and large behaved very well over the past 4 years despite all the aspersions and characterizations against them. They've played by the rules. So Barrow wants his personal security. This is for his personal security, and he doesn't trust our security forces. That's why they're naming it a police force. Our military has on occasion played police roles. Why don't they create a new unit that has paramilitary powers? It's just an excuse. We don't need any ECOMOG here, whether it's ECOMIG or ECOPIG, because I understand that should be the new acronym. We don't need any pigs in this country. Let them go home.
Former Councillor went to say the Gambia government should take ownership of its responsibility, send ECOMIG to packing. Baji said the Gambia security is exceptional in its duties, both at national and international level.
It's definitely, when I heard the news, I was devastated, I was frustrated, I was confused, and a lot of questions came to my mind. Asking the capacity, the competency of our security and our government, in taking their fullest responsibility to execute one of its key mandate, that is the protection of its citizens and their life and property. If our government could not take that responsibility, it definitely have asked, a lot of questions came to my mind. And I feel that the Gambia government should take full responsibility and stop, in fact, send economic packing the very minute, because we don't need them here. We have a competent security forces. If you got the privilege of traveling outside this country and you see what skills and talents and capacity have been displayed by the Gambian Security International, definitely you will not even allow economic to stay in this country for 1 minute. So for me, my honest opinion is that the Gambia government should start sending economic packing, and allow the Gambia security to take charge of the affairs of this country.
Musa Jeng, on his piece on the Fatu Network, said, the future of a peaceful and stable Gambia ultimately is in our hands, and political justice only undermines our trust in our security and police forces that, for the past 20 years, underwent the same sort of abuse and negligence. Fatu Kamara reporting for the Fatu Network News Review.